When the Cuban Missile Crisis erupted in 1962, American journals pushed for an immediate strike on Soviet missile sites in Cuba. The Joint Chiefs estimated that a delay of even 48 hours could allow the Soviets to activate around 42 nuclear-capable missiles aimed at major American cities. But President John F. Kennedy said no. That single refusal prevented a nuclear sting projected to kill at least 75 million people within days and expose around 200 million more to radiation fallout. A single no kept the world breathing, moved deeper into history. When the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, Ukraine suddenly inherited 1,910 nuclear warheads, more than China, France, and the United Kingdom combined. Political groups demanded that Kyiv declare itself a nuclear power, but the Ukraine said no. That refusal led to the complete removal of all of those missiles by 1996, preventing the largest uncontrolled nuclear stockpile the world had ever seen. Go further down. In 2008, when Iceland was drowning in the global financial crisis, Britain and the Netherlands demanded the repayment of $5.3 billion to compensate their citizens. Economists across Europe warned that saying no would isolate Iceland permanently. Yet the Icelandic people rejected the repayment in two separate referendums. That no protected public services, stabilized unemployment, which then fell from 9% in 2009 to 4% by 2015, and helped GDP return to growth by 2011. Lies again. In 2003, France and Germany refused to join the invasion of Iraq. Their refusal kept Europe out of a conflict loop that eventually cost more than $2 trillion, produced 9 million displaced people, and destabilized three regions for over a decade. A pattern emerges quietly. The world is filled with moments when survival came not from bold action, but from the bold courage to refuse. Sweden in 1939 was under huge pressure from Nazi Germany to allow troops to pass through its rail network for military operations against Norway. Sweden refused. That no forced Germany into slower naval deployment, delaying the invasion by nearly 3 weeks and saving tens of thousands of Allied soldiers from immediate defeat. Shift to 2015. Saudi Arabia requested Pakistani ground troops for the Yemen conflict. Pakistan said no after a unanimous parliamentary vote. Analysts later calculated that this refusal saved nearly 50,000 soldiers from entering a foreign front line and stopped the war from widening into a direct Iran-Gulf confrontation. Move again. During the Ebola crisis of 2014, global health authorities urged African nations to keep airports partially open for economic reasons. Nigeria refused. They tightened borders and forced stricter screenings and said no to external pressure. That refusal limited the outbreak within Nigeria to 22 confirmed cases. Health models show that without this, no infections across West Africa could have crossed 200,000. And one more before the line closes. After the Fukushima disaster in 2011, nuclear energy groups pushed hard for restarting multiple reactors. Japan said no. That decision kept 50 reactors offline, cutting nuclear dependence from 30% to under 5%, and preventing further catastrophe during more than 200 aftershocks recorded in the following months. So the lesson we get from the history is that history remembers the disasters we suffered. It really remembers the disasters we avoided. The quiet no has saved more lives than many loud victories.